chins up and carry on. The things that we have control over, take responsibility for, and that can be very effective on moving forward. The temptation is to blame others and make the other person the bad guy, but don't make excuses. So if you own up to some things that we're trying to work through and getting towards a change, that's very effective. And being part of the solution rather than simply being critical. Again, offer suggestions, offer help, instead of saying this has to be changed, or we just can't live with this. You know, we need a better menu selection. The kids need a better food program, whatever it is. It's more effective to offer something than to just say this is wrong.
Early in the year, and I remember one of the things that I would ask was responsibility is the year. They would always say was responsibility. And I would say the teacher has some responsibility, but everyone in this room has responsibility. I wanted them to own it. I wanted them to own it. And I think that's true about any group that we're part of. If we're part of the group, we own what happens to that group.
And we finish at
2:45.
2:45, okay. So, yes.
Explain the second part of that, the rationale behind, maybe I'm just misinterpreting.
Well, I will tell you, the posters were developed by the Duluth Superior School Project, and they put thousands of dollars into the investment of graphic artwork and printing.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't change them. That's one we might change because it tends to cause people to have questions. So the best way we would explain it is that it's better to have a conversation up front than in the parking lot after the meeting. You know?
Don't just grumble behind the scenes.
Don't just grumble behind the scenes, yeah. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go on the news, you know, but it just means be upfront. And that's part of taking responsibility, not just talking about, but talking to. Yes?
We still have civics and ethics, thankfully. And that becomes an important part of our class, is participatory democracy. It won't work if people aren't involved. So
Exactly.
our kids write letters. Our kids, I've had students go to events downtown. Whatever their opinion is, whatever their position is, it's great. They're participating. I think that's where the public participation is so important. It has to happen up front.
Yeah, and that public could be city council, school board, doesn't matter. Again, that whole issue of if you're part of the group. Thank you.
And not to do it in social media. And you just saw a sign on the way down here, a bully behind the computer is still a bully. Yeah.
Yes, and then as advocates, one thing that comes to my mind, when people are, I've been in public education, so there's always challenges regarding that, and there's always the people that will highlight that and complain, and you just want to say, well, then do what you can to change it. You do what you can, and then if you there's not it's not possible to change everything, but at least you make an attempt. So I think that answers part of your question and clarifies that. Share it publicly or do something about it. Don't just complain about it. And that's kind of one of the mantras I fall back on in my involvement in public education. Okay. So we have I don't know if these got out, if those cards got out. Does anybody have the card regarding apologize? No. Okay. So apologize. When we're working on these efforts or projects or working in our classrooms, it's not always gonna go right, as we know. We recognize the fact that might need to give constructive criticism or change or take responsibility, but then when something does go awry, what do we do then? We need to, recognize it, and here lies the issue of needing to apologize and be sincere and repair anything, or at least make the attempt to repair if there is something that went awry. And as what's most effective is a sincere apology, and this has 3 parts. I am sorry, these are fault, what can I do to make it right? And again, you're starting from what may need to be changed and then trying to go forward. And when we apologize, we acknowledge that we may have done something wrong and we're repairing the damage. So when I taught elementary school, it's the I message, I'm sorry for such and such, next time I will. And that's basically what the Civility Project is. It's kind of like guidance counseling for the adult world. So, does anybody else have anything that they'd like to add to that?
I would just add that a constructive apology is kind of like a restorative justice. Acknowledging wrong and making it right. What can you do to make it right?
Okay.
Well, I might also say, because you apologize doesn't mean that the forgiveness is going to be there right away. The two don't necessarily go hand in hand, and I think that's important for both parties to recognize. That hopefully the forgiveness will come, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen.
So this tool is always a very interesting one to bring up in our workshops. We present to anywhere from kindergartners, middle, high school, and adult audiences. And this has always generated a good amount of discussion. Gossip can be a source for incivility, or at least when gossip happens, it promotes incivility. Now, going back to the definition, we might all have a different definition of what gossip is. And when we're talking about civility, we have 3 little questions that we use for defining whether it's gossip or not. But I'm sure you can understand if it's not a positive message, it's not going to be constructive within your efforts at being an advocate. So before I share my 3 things, is there anybody else that would like to give input on the topic of why it would be important not to gossip? Sue mentioned the fact of bullying and that it's still bullying behavior if you're behind a screen and you can't see the person on the computer. We have, and you may have heard this too, gossip can be very harmful. And there might be times when you'd like to share information and it's exciting and it's only accessible to you, or like you're the first one to have this information and you are just anxious to tell the world or tell everybody in the office or tell people at church or whatever it is. And one way to kind of examine that and decide whether it is gossip or not, even if it happened before, we're not perfect. Ask yourself if this information and sharing it, is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary? Is it really necessary for you to share that? When we've talked about this, it's really interesting with high schoolers, and they have they generally have a good amount of feedback regarding that. And we have shared experiences too that, you know, gossip can, and maybe it's not gossip when you have to share information that's very important. And it might be personal, and it might be the safety of somebody is at stake, and you do need to share some personal information to save, you know, somebody's health or well-being. So in that case, you know, all bets are off. So, do you have anything that you wanted to share?
Not really, not really. I think it's all thinking about the intention. What is the intention? Is it,
Okay, so we have one more of the 9 tools to share, and that is like the umbrella over everything. Showing respect is probably the thing that goes over everything. If we are not, if we're really having a difficult time listening, paying attention, you know, we're telling stories, certainly that is not examples of showing respect. So it's a rule, people respect them back. And if they disrespect you, respect them back. Treat others like you want to be treated. So they represent their view or their ideology, and you represent yours. And this is the primary one. All the others fit underneath this one. We have a quote that we like to share regarding this, and this comes from John C. Maxwell. And it indicates that there are 3 roads you can take in life. The low road, where we treat people worse than they treat us. The middle road, where we treat people the same as they treat us. Or you take the high road, where we treat people better than they treat us. And those are all, that last one definitely would be very difficult and challenging when you're met with times when you're trying to be an advocate and it's not effective. So we have a couple of wrap-up things. So again, our challenge is, well, it's easy to say, you know, to be civil with people who agree with you and who think like you do. That's easy to be civil. But the challenge is when we need to be civil with those who strongly disagree with you and do not share your opinions. That, of course, is the challenge. And when the going gets tough, go back to your goal, where this is kind of like your circle story. At the beginning, we talked about what is your goal, what is it you want to accomplish, and what is it that you want to achieve in your efforts at advocacy. You want to understand the viewpoint, you want to solve a problem, and these are some of the questions that you can bring up in trying to meet that goal. Can we find a common ground? Is there a piece of this we can agree on? It seems that we can agree on. And our story back to Door County, there is actually, when we do these sessions in Green Bay, we invite people to take a pledge, and again, we're not the civility police, we're not perfect, but there is a pledge that people can sign and indicate that they are going to make efforts at being conscious about these 9 tools. And we invite people to do that. We invite you to explore our website, Facebook page, and sharing the message of civility. We have posters that you're welcome to take, and we'd be happy, we've got a couple minutes to take questions or comments.
So can you share, like one of the first slides you showed said, pick your issue. Did your project address any issue in particular, or were any of the other projects you cited, did they address issues that were kind of solved, and what were the outcomes?
Good question. What we suggest, we give people the tools. We're a nonpartisan, so we won't take a stand and endorse a solution to a problem or endorse a candidate, because we've actually had many examples in Durham County that are very controversial. We had the hotel location, we had the tree cutting issue up in Ellison Bay. People get very heated about that. We don't go in and say, oh, we'll help you save the trees, or we'll help you move that pile of dirt. We go to people and say, this is how you can communicate your message.
Okay, so you really don't help make the decision, you just kind of guide the
Give
process?
people the tools, right,
Right.
exactly. We also have a lot of people who are aware of us, and will come to us after a situation and say, you know, this is what I said, and this is what I did. I'd like to do it different next time, help me think that through. And I find that to be, I'm glad they're thinking along those lines. We're all gonna say and do things we wish we hadn't, but to consciously think and seek out some assistance on how to do it differently, that's good.
And I think we have people who want to be proactive too, to learn how to better address situations in general, not necessarily a specific situation.
And one of the specific examples of maybe an effort towards civil, some of our local government agencies, whether it's a county or one of the village boards, they have adopted the tools of civility. And at their meeting, when they meet, they'll have just a little friendly reminder with their packet of information, and it says, at this meeting, we will do such and such, and if you have a disagreement, you know, their facet of it. I think school boards may have that. I mean, every organizations might have their own version, but as a result of the Civility Project working with them, they've developed specific guidelines for that.
When we did the advocacy workshops that we did the last year with the two other organizations, we always read a nonpartisan statement, and it's actually included in that handout. And I think a couple lines refer to your question. We're here to support your efforts. In other words, those organizations, we're here to support your efforts. We engage and advocate for issues of personal concern to you. However, no, we'll work with you to express your view, but know that our support of your effort is not support of your view. Does that make sense? We wanted to help them say what they needed to say well, but we didn't want to be misunderstood and have them think their view is our view. So.
Does anybody else have any questions or comments? Okay.
You know, we talked about the 9 tools that you looked at today. In PM 40's original, I believe there were 25. But when Duluth Superior worked with them, they thought, 25? Nobody's going to remember 25. Even though they're good to read about and important to understand, if we could focus on a smaller number, people might remember those. Hence, they chose those 9, and they have shared them with many civility projects around the state and country.
And we'd be happy to visit your communities or your organizations. If you have a group that would like a presentation, I think we mentioned it in the slide, or it might be in our notes, as short as 15 minutes during a regular business meeting, or as long as 2 hours. We've done 3-hour in-services.
We've done 2-day crucial conversation training, so it's anywhere in between, tailored to what the audience needs.
What kind of fees do you?
Well, we haven't traveled cross country, we probably charge for that. But otherwise, we're a nonprofit, we really don't have a fee structure.
Expenses are always nice.
Yes, yeah, but otherwise, we have pretty low budget
Yeah.
posters.
Well, I think we are.
Thank you.
Thank you.